体は無限の剣でできていた。
During our time at Summer Game Fest, we were able to sit down with Capcom's upcoming title, Onimusha Way of the Sword, which launches this September for PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC, as well as a simultaneous release of Switch 2. Fans are excited about that as well, but you should be excited about this game because in Onimusha Way of the Sword, you face off against tons of different Genma as Miyamoto Musashi, who was an actual swordsman born back in like the 1500s. He was a very well-known, very well-known swordsman, and he had an undefeated record as a swordsman using a unique double-bladed swordsmanship style. And he had a total of 62 duels, which is crazy to think of. But this was a real dude, man. This was and so that's what's great about most of these Onimusha titles is that the main characters that they base, or the main characters that are in these games are all based around real life characters or real life people that are out and about or in the history or whatever. It's just awesome. It's really great to see them doing some type of connection to real Japanese history. So anyways, in Onimusha, of course, as I said, you face off against all different types and styles of enemies. What was cool about this recent hands-on that we had, we were able to sit down and do a really in-depth kind of look at the game. So we got a certain area in the game that we were able to play in, and during those moments, we actually had like a town that was shrouded by all this evil. And when you go into this town, you're looking around and it seems like everybody's real happy. And you're like, why is everybody happy? If there's some type of demon that's taken on this town, why is everyone so thrilled to be here? And you find out there is a demon called Rashogan, who is the Wish Warper. And this Wish Warper basically makes everybody think that the deals that he's given them are really good deals. Like there's one moment that this girl's talking to him and she's like, I don't want to play this instrument anymore and my mother's trying to force me to play it. How can can you please make it to where I can't play it anymore? And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll cut your fingers off. And then you won't ever be able to play anything again. And she's like, do it. And he just cuts her fingers off, but he has them so warped in their mind because of his influence on them that they think that this is the best way to obtain true happiness. So you get to face off against him. You face off against a dozen other different types of enemies in the game as well. We get a really good perspective of kind of like how the story is going to play out in this game, as well as get a really better, I felt a better feel for the Oni Gauntlet and the type of connection that you have with the Oni Gauntlet, because it's not just an inanimate object. It's you have it as somewhat of like a speaker. Like there's times that as you're using the Oni Gauntlet, you actually speak to a different spirit as well that helps guide you upon your path. But the graphics in this game were just stellar, man. They were really fascinating and a jaw-dropping graphical experience that a lot of people are going to be used to nowadays. But as somebody that is a huge old school Onimusha fan, I was extremely excited to see this graphical presentation in this game. And the gameplay is really smooth, but what's great about the gameplay is that it is more kind of it pushes Onimusha into a more Soul-style game in the sense that you do have to parry properly and you have to execute your attacks properly, or you will not do the proper damage and you will not get through these certain levels. I had a pretty, somewhat of a pretty big match against Rashogan, and I will say this, I died a lot of times, at least 5 times back to back, But I had a good couple of the Capcom staff that was like cheering me on. They were like, "You could do this," and not to give any heavy spoilers away, but I beat him once, and I'm like, "Yeah, I got it." But then he came back to life. I'm like, "What? He's still alive?" But it was somewhat of a surprise to me. But it overall was a really, really great experience. The voice acting, I'll say this, man. Like, I think it's not that the English voice acting is bad. The English voice acting is actually really good. But I just don't like seeing these characters using these characters having like this Australian kind of accent to them, or English accent. I'd rather have my characters speaking Japanese with the subtitles. So I will definitely be doing that during the main stage of the game. But the gameplay was really, really amazing. I mean, the extended demo that we got to play was one hell of a time. The music in the game was something really crazy, and there was other moments in the game that we were able to do these little type of like, I guess, go find me missions with these little pillars that had spirits entangled on them as well, or in them, and we had to go find those so we can get a little bit more strength to take on this boss that we were going to face off against. It is a really good experience. The dev team, whenever we talk to some of the development studio, the game director, and so on and so forth, they have a lot of passion into making Onimusha Way of the Sword one of the best games in the series, as well as one of the best games that has been released by Capcom this year. Now, I know that's a lot to kind of fill in because there's so many other things out there, like Code Veronica. We did not get hands-on with that. We did have a sit-down Q&A session with the game director of Code Veronica, and we'll talk about that in another video. But I can say that Onimusha Way of the Swords is going to be a really great story experience that has a massive increase in action adventure value than what it has before in previous games. I think they're really dialing this game up to be one of the best titles that Capcom has launched in a while, especially with the fact that they've kind of got some big shoes to fill to bring Miyamoto like to life on the video game screen, because the legend of Miyamoto is huge. I mean, he is extremely well known, and the fact that he was like a unique double-bladed swordsman that had a record of total of 62 duels is really, really crazy. But he also founded the Netten Ichi-Ryu style of swordsmanship, which I didn't know that until reading it now. But he's got a big legacy. And with that character being brought to life on the small screen or on the big screen or whatever way you play your games, I think that Capcom is really one of the only developers out there that can truly showcase a really great story and great gameplay elements, as well as music, while also featuring a character that is really well known from the history of Japan in a way that we have never seen him or known him before. So it was a really great experience to sit down and play this game. As I said, the demo was crazy, and the boss battle that we had in the game was really, really fanatic. It was all over the place. I had to kind of get an understanding of what I was supposed to do at first, because I didn't realize that this boss was like interconnected to like a soul stem, and the best way to do damage to him was by destroying that soul stem and then attacking him. But you do have to time your blocks, you do have to time your attacks, and you have to be methodical when it comes down to your actions on this. We did give Capcom and Onimusha Way of the Sword a Best of Summer Games Fest. It was one of my favorite moments, being able to sit there and talk to the development studio about this game. I saw the passion that they had behind this title, and how excited they were, not only just when we gave them Best of the awards, but the reactions they were having as I was timing my blocks and my attacks. was so encouraging. I was like, I need to bring them home with me whenever I'm reviewing this game so I can get through it with encouragement. Because I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but that's something good. We need a challenge from an Onimusha game. It doesn't just need to be the same exact thing that we've played before in the past. And I think that's definitely going to be the occasion with Onimusha Way of the Sword. This game launches this September on Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC all simultaneously. So please make sure to check it out. Big shout outs to Capcom for always loving and appreciating us. And also, download the Onimusha demo now. I finally went back after Summer Game Fest, and I finally beat the boss on this demo. It took me some time, but I was able to hone in. I had my Oni gauntlet on while I was playing the game, and I was like super down. I don't really have an Oni gauntlet, but Capcom hit me up. The demo is a great introduction to the gameplay style that this game has, and also showcases a really cool battle in the game with someone else that has their own Oni gauntlet. So I'm not going to ruin it for you, but I'm saying that, but there's probably gameplay of it that I showcase right now. But either way, please make sure to download this demo. Please make sure to check out Onimusha, wishlist it, whatever else. I'm telling you, it is going to be one hell of an experience. It's going to have a really cool story and in-depth gameplay, like a game that we haven't really seen in a while. So definitely make sure to check it out, and comment, like, subscribe, and check back soon for more hands-on impressions from Summer Game Fest 2026.